Hello, everyone. This is Stephen Richardson, and today I'm going to be talking about studying an industry to invest semiconductors. This is February 2024. I'll be looking at the industry and looking at the individual constituents and determining which one would be a good one to invest in for me personally. Again, this is a disclaimer. I'm not offering financial advice. I'm not telling you what you should do. Again, this is education. We're looking at an industry here. All right. So remember, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to S&P Global Net Advantage because they have a good workup on the semiconductor um, on the top industries, and semiconductor seems to be at the top year to date. Why semiconductors, say you? Trends driving this industry are projected to nearly 10 times fold the number of connected devices in existence by 2030, including, well, you can see the list. The AR, VR is alternate reality, virtual reality, and AI is starting to emerge too. Okay. At any time, you can go back and you can rewind if you want to at any time. Okay, so we log in and we get to S&P Global Net Advantage, and this is what the screen looks like. It's telling us which are the hottest performing industries right here. So you can see semiconductors and semiconductor equipment is at the top, right? It also shows the low performing industries. Automobiles is a low performing industry right now. Probably cyclical. I don't know why. So this is how I find out which, and we're going to be doing different methods of finding out stocks to research. This is just the first one I'm doing now. Okay, so when I click on that semiconductor and semiconductor equipment link that was right, I click that right there in the circle, then it takes me to this and it shows me all the constituents that they're tracking. And I snipped it together, and there's 10 that they're looking at. And it also, very helpful, tells you the PE for this industry. The PE is 28.1 for the industry, which is good information to know. Um, the So this is not just semiconductors, it's semiconductors, materials, and equipment also. So we'll need to study each of these subgroups and see which ones are the best. The end goal is to do a quality check for each one, then research the ones that pass the sniff test. At the end, compare them against each other using the stock comparison guide. I'll be teaching you how to do that. And it's very, very helpful to do that stock comparison guide. Okay, so what are the subtypes overviews for this semiconductor industry? Well, you can read this. These chips are found in computing devices for CPUs and GPUs, quickly execute arbitrary computer code like apps. Memory, these chips are also found in computers and phones. They store data, and some memory chips will persist through their state even if the device is turned on. Analog, these chips read input from real world sources like a thermometer and turn it into digital zeros and ones, unlike the other types which use zeros and ones as both input and output. And the basic standard chips, these chips typically serve one simple purpose like reading a barcode, unlike CPUs and GPUs, which can be reprogrammed to execute any code. These are not covered because they are highly commoditized. So semiconductors are physical devices. They require raw materials. These materials include silicon, tin, tungsten, and gold. They're sourced from thousands of suppliers all over the globe. Most of these companies aren't direct investment opportunities in semiconductors since the materials prices are impacted by more than semiconductors. For example, gold is also used as a store of value. Okay, so we're going to look at the constituents here. Um, you can see under equipment, ASML, applied materials, and Lam research. Under manufacturers, you got the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, Samsung, and Intel. Under memory, you've got Micron, Samsung, SK Hynix. Under analog, you got TI and many more, Texas Instruments. And designers, you have NVIDIA, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, and Intel. So, under equipment, it's to manufacture semiconductors, companies use equipment that embeds integrated circuits into silicon chips. These circuits store and process all of the zeros and ones that make up the logic and data in computer programs. For decades, the size of semiconductor chips has halved roughly every 2 years. This rate is known as Moore's Law. Manufacturers. The companies that buy manufacturing equipment from equipment suppliers are sometimes called foundries. They use the equipment and raw materials to manufacture semiconductors. They might produce their own designs and or use the designs of their customers. Moore's second law states that the cost of a foundry doubles every 4 years. Taking it to its logical conclusion, Moore's second law means that there will be fewer and fewer foundries over time. Designers, when it comes to designing logic chips for tech like PC, smartphones, data centers, cryptocurrency, mining, etc., the three biggest players are NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. These companies design chips for all the aforementioned use cases and more, then sell them to companies like Apple and Dell for use in their devices. Memory. Memory chips are similar to the CPUs and GPUs discussed above, but they're built to store a lot of information, zeros and ones, rather than execute a lot of instructions. A main differentiating factor in memory chips is whether the storage is non volatile, such as NAND, or volatile, such as DRAM. Volatile chips don't maintain their state when powered off, but generally have faster read write times. Thus, both types of chips are often used together alongside CPUs and GPUs and other chips to form a complete computing system. Analog. While most people think of digital products like CPUs and memory when they think of semiconductors, there's an entire separate field called analog semiconductors. While digital semiconductors process zeros and ones in the computer programs with a focus on size, speed, and efficiency, analog semiconductors process signals from the real world with a focus on reliability. Analog products like amplifiers, switches, clocks, and converters are used for a wide variety of applications ranging from factories to toothbrushes to cars. Okay, here we go. If you liked uh, this presentation, we're just starting out semiconductors, February 2024. Stay with us because next we're going to do the sniff test, checking for quality, and then we're going to do it by each by semiconductors and then semiconductors equipment and materials, and we'll find out which ones are the best, and then we'll put them on a stock selection guide in order to compare them and see which is the best one to buy. And then we're going to have to check to see which one is at the best value. They might be at their high price list right now, which means it's not a good value to buy. And then we'd put it on our watch list for future if it ever comes down, like a market crash or market correction. We could go shopping and get some really good companies for really cheap. If you like what you saw, press subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. Also, I have two other channels: Backyard Musings for we talk about current events and edgy commentary, and Law School Dash Essentials for law school students. And I outline Cal Bar exam questions so that it can help you with your exams at school and for any bar exam. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.